Today, we're going to be exploring Tribeca, the neighborhood that seems to be on every art gallery's mind. It's where all of the galleries have been migrating to over the past few years, and the trend does not seem to be letting up. Also, a reminder, if you haven't subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button so you can be notified every time there's a new video. The first stop of the day is going to be James Cohen's 48 Walker location. They actually have two Tribeca locations, this one and then one down the street above 52 Walker. You guessed it, on 52 Walker. This is an exhibit by Elias Sime, and if you're not familiar with his work, he's an African artist who's known for creating these intricate works from electrical components like circuit boards, computer keys, and wires. I actually just saw a number of his works at the 59th Venice Biennale. If you have not seen that video of mine, I mean, Venice in general is just beautiful, but I will leave that linked above and below so you can check that out. And this show is titled Tightrope. It is green, and it features a series of works that are a continuation of his Tightrope series, which reflect on the balancing act that takes place with technology. So on one hand, technology provides society with all of these great advancements, and then on the other, it has this really detrimental impact on the environment. So the works we see today in this exhibit are made up of electrical wires on panels. And I really love how he's included more organic components like leaves and flowers, petals and branches. I think it makes for a nice juxtaposition with the sort of mechanicalness and artificialness of the wires. And I also like how he's stuck to a monochrome palette using just various shades of red. I think it really helps you focus on these beautiful textures that he's created and the movement present in the work. Our next stop is Grimm Gallery to see an exhibit by Arturo Kameya. And Arturo Kameya is a Peruvian-born, Amsterdam-based artist, and this is his second solo exhibit with Grimm. I actually filmed his last one as well, which I will leave linked above and below. And Kameya is known for creating works about perception and how during tumultuous times, memory and truth can be distorted. And he does this through his sort of moody, cinematic color palette that he uses to depict fictional scenes loosely based on history or subcultures. This exhibit features new works that explore themes of alienation and otherness and what impact these feelings ultimately have on the future. So, Kameya depicts fictional scenes of subcultures experiencing isolation from the greater society, and the show is aptly titled Los OVNIs, which translates to the UFOs, which is again referencing these feelings of alienation. I also just love the floor of this gallery. It's one of my favorite things. We've made our way into Soho quickly before lunch to see an exhibit of works by André Butzer at Nino Mier Gallery. And this exhibit features 6 new paintings of one of his most distinctive characters, the figure of the woman. So the woman is a character that's meant to represent a number of opposing qualities. Some of the examples of this can be seen right away in the form of each work. While at first there appears to be repetition in the sense that they all look roughly the same, they're all kind of looking in the same direction with their head tilted. They have bulging eyes, these oval heads, but each is wearing various colors and have textures that really give them this sense of individualism. Other opposing qualities are less visual and are more emotional. So while the figure exudes a sense of sort of vulnerable powerlessness thanks to their almost childlike wide eyes, they also have this vigorous force about them thanks to their scale. We're going to take a break to have lunch at one of my favorite places, Cafe Jitan. When the weather's nice, I like to eat outside because there's really great people watching, but the inside is nice as well. It has very like Wes Anderson vibes about it. I always get the baked pasta because it is delicious, and we also got the waffle as well, which was very good. Before we head back to galleries, we're also going to stop by Morgenstern's for some ice cream. It is very rare that I will wait in line for something, but Morgenstern's is always worth it. I think it's the best ice cream in New York City. My personal favorite is their cookies and cream. Now that we're nourished, we've headed back down into Tribeca to see an exhibit by Hadi Falapishi at Andrew Kreps Gallery. And the show is titled Almost Perfect. And I always love the playfulness of Falapishi's exhibits and how he uses these sort of cartoon-like figures to unpack more serious themes. So some of the themes present in this exhibit are displacement, isolation, and entrapment. I really enjoy how personal this exhibit feels and how there's such a variety of mediums like sculpture and painting, drawing that are used to capture these really intense feelings of nostalgia and all the emotions that come with it. Final exhibit that we're going to see today is by Locke at P.P.O.W. Gallery. And Locke is known for creating works that, quote, explore colonial and post-colonial power and the symbols through which different cultures assume and assert identity. So there are quite a few symbols present in this exhibit, such as plantation houses, boats, share certificates, and more, that really highlight the various ways that colonial exploitation has impacted not only communities, but the environment as well. This exhibit is titled Listening to the Land, and it's a reference to the poem by a Guyanese political activist and poet, Martin Carter, which speaks to the relationship between humans and nature. And it's a relationship that's often exploitive, but at times it can be symbiotic. It's a really beautiful poem, so I thought that I would read it to you while you enjoy the exhibit. I hear land singing in grief and pride. I hear land singing its own destruction, with the burden of its people's pain and its own sorrow. I hear a land where every tree has been cut down, every stream is poisoned, and the creatures struggle to survive. Yet in the shadows of leaves and in the whispering grass, I hear a land that sings of hope and life. The land holds firm through storms and fire and flood, all mix and rage. It is a fortress against the greed and madness of men. Let us listen to the land and learn the secrets of its pain. Let us listen to the land and learn the secrets of its joy. For in the land we find the strength to be free and the wisdom to live. The works in this room are based on abandoned or dilapidated plantation houses that are constantly under threat of being washed away by storms or rising sea levels. And it's through colonization that these homes and communities were built, but it's also through that same colonization and exploitation of resources from the earth that we're experiencing the impact of global warming through things like violent weather patterns and rising sea levels. And that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in my next video. And again, if you haven't subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button so you'll be notified when I put that video out.